Hello everyone and welcome back to the Bearynea tribe here in niche version 0.5.1, which I have affectionately nicknamed the hybrid update. And we do indeed have a couple hybrid babies. I am so excited. Our beautiful Bella has fallen in love with her very own beast, and she has now given birth to two beautiful daughters, little Ada down here and Linny. And actually we had some really great suggestions in our patron Discord chat with Callie. And Callie recommended that we named future babies that we might have on our Beauty and the Beast line after more characters from the Beauty and the Beast series. So I'm very excited about that, and I'm actually going to rename little Ada and little Lynn so that they can have names that reflect the Beauty and the Beast instead. So I'm actually going to name little Lynn here. We're going to go with Beauty just to kind of keep that line, and because I don't have very many female names for Beauty and the Beast, surprisingly a movie that actually had more male characters, which sort of like surprised me. And the Wolfa, we will give you your name to another descendant at some point, but we are going to rename her, and the only female name I really have is like Fifi. So we have Fifi and we have her sister Beauty, and I'm going to need a lot more Beauty and the Beast themes named, like Cogsworth, I suppose. No, like Miss Pottersworth. I'm trying to remember. Oh man, there's so many good names that we could use. So if you guys have some suggestions so that we can keep the Beauty and the Beast line going, do let me know. But to keep the Beauty and the Beast line going, we do need our lovely Bella to go and find her mate, and he has wiggled this way. So we're gonna pop over here. And is she pregnant? Yes. All right. Now she is expecting another baby. And can I jump her into the nest? I can. All right. So now we have yet another baby that we'll be able to add to our hybrid line. And Beauty, if you look, none of them really strongly display any of the Bearynea traits just yet, so they don't look much like their father, but they do have some of the very unique traits that I would love to see come out more when we start breeding our creatures more specifically, like the Bearynea claw. Is there like, no, apparently there is not a specific tail for the Bearynea, but there's also the hind legs, and I wonder if they serve a purpose. That's going to be interesting to see. Probably not, because the claw gives you +3 strength and 1 fishing. That's interesting. I would not have guessed that the Bearynea would be a fishing creature, so gonna have to look into that. Big body. I wonder if there's actually like a Bearynea body. Not quite. The snout, which doesn't seem to do anything in particular, but the cracker jaw doesn't report that it does anything right now, and it for sure cracks open those nuts. So we might have to see if the snout actually gives you like more strength, but we'll only know if we have more of our hybrid babies. So good luck with that, Bella. I think we're gonna go ahead and let her little family kind of roam after her beast of a mate. We'll just nickname him Beast for now, the Beast, and we'll kind of have her family wander up this way, also because he's headed towards a tree, which would be very useful for us since we do have cracker jaw down that entire line. Is Bella passing that on through the mutation menu? No, she's actually not passing anything on through the mutation menu, so we might just keep it that way so that we can see if maybe we can end up getting a stronger of the Bearynea traits in one of her future children. So, all right, you guys keep doing you. And then down here, we've had a few love stories going on, including Salih falling in love with Sufim. And Sufim, unfortunately, is not much longer for this world because he is a sickly creature who has doubled up immunity. And it's kind of a pity because even though he looks like he maybe rolled around in a fire and got burned a little bit, to be honest, he is really sweet, and he loves playing along the sand and building sand castles, and I bet he wishes he could build sand castles with his son Soku, and Soku actually has poison fangs, which is really exciting to see back in the family tree. So we'll let Soku kind of scooch over and stay with his mom, and let's see, we're gonna have Salih pop down here, and she and Sufim can go ahead and start expecting a second child. Ooh, there's a mole, but I don't think I'd be able to reach it. And Sufim can work on gathering up some food to be able to share with his little growing family down here. As long as we keep everybody carefully separated from one another, we might still be able to keep them going and keep them having healthy babies. And speaking of healthy babies, We have Rada, who is currently, thank goodness she's not sickly now, so let's get her away from her mom, because unfortunately today is Eski's final day, and we're going to go ahead and let her kind of come out here, and I think she's just going to rest along the beaches, the cliffs where she once made her home, and she's settled in. I think she was even born in this nest, if I remember correctly, and so we're going to just let her settle into the sands here. That might be something that our sickly cliff creatures will do, because they have a beautiful sandbar right in front of their nest. I'm actually very, very impressed by it. Also, speaking of the nest, we do have a very handsome male with Dios over here, who a lot of you guys are totally in love with his markings, and he has just found himself a permanent nest, a lovely little tree trunk that's been hollowed out, filled with grasses and moss, and I actually think that it would be a really interesting twist on our Bearynea, the Bunya tribe that we're doing right now, to go ahead and say that the males will kind of establish a territory and they'll stick to one nest, and then that nest will be theirs, and will only breed if we have a permanent nest in the future, I think, and that will provide a little bit of a challenge. I'm not sure if that's too much of a challenge, especially, wow, there's a ton of food all around us. We need somebody diving in there to hunt all those rabbits. Oh my gosh. Oh, look, he's got some of the meat. I wonder if we could have one of his daughters just follow him around and collect up the meat from the bunnies he kills. That would be so cool. Okay, we're definitely going to look into that. That's going to be really, really cool, having his daughters follow him and follow Beast and see what food he leaves sprinkled behind him. But I kind of like the idea of kind of the males claiming a nest, and then if a female wanders by and is like, oh, that's a very nice nest, she might stick around and she might have a baby in that nest. But there are certain species that will actually prepare the nest and then have to attract the female. There's a lot of bird species that do that, like bowerbirds, and I know that actually ostriches, the male ostrich will watch over his own babies. The female will wander by and she'll think that he has a nice area to kind of lay her eggs, a nice nest that he has got going on, and then lay her eggs there, and then other females will wander by and lay their eggs there. So I'm going to say maybe you can have multiple nests around your main nest, but the male has to gather up the grass to make that possible, and we have to have at least one main nest to start attracting the females in the first place. So we'll see how that goes, because I don't want to end our Bunya line just because we don't have enough nests to breed our females. But we'll definitely say that territory competitions for these permanent nests are going to get pretty severe. So speaking of that, Chansu over here has been doing his best. Oh my gosh, Tira is so beautiful, by the way. Look at her markings, guys. Wow, she's definitely got something going on. She's absolutely stunning. Mostly because her mother Rala is very stunning too. But Chansu and Jacques have actually been kind of fighting over this nest, and I was trying to figure out who would win. And I actually think it would be Jacques, because Rala loves his horns. She's very attracted to those big giant horns that he's got. But Chansu is the one who built the secondary nest nearby, and so I think that we may go ahead and let her have another baby with him. So we're gonna have to figure it out. I think that pretty soon Chansu and Jacques would fight over it, but Chansu is gonna die really soon, so I'm not gonna make them fight over it this time in particular. All right, let's go ahead, and there we go, expecting another baby. Chansu is going to go ahead and gather up, let's see, we're going to like show our daughter how to dig for some of the roots. And Chansu, yeah, he's so old that I don't think Jacques would really kind of fight with him about it. But I think Jacques would definitely fight off any other males who tried to come and claim this area, because this is what attracts the females, having a nice nest. All right, and little Lucas is probably ready to start wandering around. He's probably a little curious about his half-sister, so we'll have him come and visit. What's this? Yes! Oh, look, it's a bunny! Lucas, you can come get this bunny! Oh my goodness! That'll be a very good bunny for you to eat. Let's see. And then I think Jacques will hurry and he'll frantically gather up some more of the grasses, because the more grasses he gathers, if he can have 10 grasses when his female is nearby, he can give it to her, and then she can have another nest near his area and stick around and maybe not wander away, which is very important. So that's just kind of where I'm thinking we'll go with the Bunya line, is those permanent nests being the property that attracts the females. All right, so Eco, You're the only male on this side, and now we have the awkward question of, does that mean that this is going to attract these females? And I don't know how I feel about that. Zoxy is going to go ahead and gather up these berries for now. And Eco, he's cooled down because he's in the water. That's interesting. And he has derp snout, but it doesn't really do anything that we need to worry about. Let's see. He has green and blue eyes, which are kind of cool. A and star immunity. So he might unfortunately pass on a whole bunch of genes that we don't want. He also has crippled paw. So I'm gonna say that Eco is pretty happy just frolicking in the waves, because the other thing is, oh well, actually he's got a lot of strength in fishing. Dang it, I'm gonna have to think about that. I think he does have a very attractive nest, but I don't know if he would find a female just yet to share it with. So we'll let him kind of rush around. These two are too young to think about that anyway, so we still have some time. We still have some time, and if we had another male, say our young male Lucas, he might pop over here, and if he proves to be able to provide for that nest or be stronger, they're matched in strength, so then how would we determine who gets to take the nest? And I think Lucas would win because he can provide more fishing, so we'd add up how much they can provide of each food source, and whoever can provide the most food wins. So that's just going to be the fun little way I think I'm going to guide the Bunyas, really make them have to compete a little bit for the territory. All right, except for Sufim, because he's about to die, and Sully still holds to the older ways. All right, let's go ahead and see what we have. Hey, look, it's Dad! Our friendly Bearynea is right there. Oh, hello, Isla. Again, another female. We're getting a lot of females from Beast, and I don't have any names to give her, so I feel like I have to name her, let's see, Miss Chip's mom. What was Chip's mom's name? Oh my gosh. It was not Miss Holdsworth. I don't even know where the name Miss Holdsworth has come from in my head. It just has summoned up. Darn it. All right, Isla, you need a name. Belle, what was Miriam? We're going to name her Miriam for now, just because I'm getting a little desperate. So I need more Beauty and the Beast names, guys. I have all these boy names that we could use, but there's not very many girl names, so I need some help there. All right, so I think Beauty is going to, don't attack your own dad, is going to stick by her dad and kind of see what's going on. Belle is going to guide her children over. Oh, look at that, the food is still there. I thought he would have eaten it by now. Oh, and there's a little bunny spot. Wonderful. All right, so Belle is probably very happy with her little family that we have growing over here. Nice. And then how, wow, look at you. You're so cool looking. Van Kukier, and look at his spots. I love his spots. I really love the spots and the stripes and all the different patterns we have now. For the pattern mixing is so interesting and niche. I like the old style too, but this style is a lot of fun. All right, so we're going to actually name this little guy Dracus, which is one of the names, Dracus, picked from the gigantic list of names that you guys have given me. And a few of you guys have requested that I could share the name list, so I'll try to go through and upload that to our little niche spot in the next couple days. I'll try to tidy it up a little bit first. It's kind of a mess right now. So little Dracus has been born. He has got cracking, enough strength to hopefully be able to go ahead and take out a bunny or so. He's scentless because he has a medium body, or at least one scentless. Interesting. All right, and is he healthy? Look at that high fertility. We might end up with more twins. That would be very exciting. Oh, and IMB immunity, yes. All right. Oh, look at that, D&B. Oh, we're getting some healthy kids born in this little tribe. I'm very happy about that. All right, Renu might come over to learn from her mother about how to dig things. And then today is Chansu's last day. Is he passing on some important traits that I really don't want to lose? I don't know if he is. His daughter Tira will be over here gathering up some berries. I don't think Lucas likes the fact that he can't see anything, but is he close enough to a bunny? He is not close enough to a bunny to actually actively hunt it. But we can go ahead and clear some spots because he's probably curious and sniffing where the bunnies are going. I think, you know, to be honest, I think that Rala would be interested in going to see Jacques again. I think that that would more interest her. Oh no! There we go. I think that would more interest her than Chansu. No offense, Chansu. And I know it's your final moment, so here, I'm gonna have him come and like thoughtfully look at this little riverside. But the bottom line is that Rala is also getting older, and she really prefers the ram horns. She finds that very attractive on Jock. All right, and Jock, oh, you have a gigantic berry bush over here, sir. You need to start picking those berries to feed your mini children. All right, and speaking of feeding mini, oh, Iski has passed away. Oh, that's so sad. And Eco, we're gonna go ahead and let Eco kind of swim around. He may help us with the swimming gene that we're trying to unlock. And Zoxy, I'm gonna have to think about what we're gonna do with Zoxy and Rada. Rada is no longer sick, thank goodness, even though she stayed too close to her sickly mother. But I wonder, our baby boy Soku, nope, too close on the immunity genes. Whoa, look at the size of that fish. Sufim, do you want to get it? I don't know if Sufim can get that fish though. He's got two fishing. Hey buddy. Aw man. All right, so that guy got away. And then let's go ahead and have little Soku's gonna watch his father from afar. And Sali is going to curl up in her nest. And Sufim, I'm gonna have him move over here and he can gather up the nuts. I like to imagine he's just like, he knows that he just for some reason was born with an illness, and he must have been very worried when his son was born that it can make the other creatures sick. I mean, he is from the sickly cliffs after all, and so he saw that happen a lot while he was growing up. So it really looks like he would just kind of spend his time grabbing these nuts and chucking them over this little rock to where it's safe for his beloved mate to hide and away from his illness. If you linger too closely, you can get his illness. So he must have been really worried when Soku was born that maybe Soku would end up with that too. Aww. All right, and then Dios. Oh, Dios, you are over here, aren't you? And you, unfortunately, are really, darn it. Yeah, we're gonna have to start scattering like Miriam and Beauty. Beauty and Dios would actually make a really good pair. So let's have Dios start wiggling his way over. Well, let's see if I could do it. No hunting, darn it. All right, we'll have Dios start wiggling his way up through the grasses, and he might end up meeting with some of Belle and Beast daughters, because they're definitely having enough of them. Oh my goodness, so many daughters. All right, but thankfully we seem to be doing okay on genetics. Next up, what do we have? Oh, Dad disappeared. No, Sufim! I'm gonna miss him so much. Oh my gosh, and look at Rororo. Oh my goodness, so Rororo is unfortunately short-sighted, so we're gonna go ahead and definitely put normal eyesight into his mutation menu. Is your brother short-sighted? Okay, yeah, we're gonna put normal eyesight into both of their mutation menus. But Rororo, let's go ahead and rename him really quickly. What a name. I'm gonna miss Sufim so much. Oh, here we go. Nanano, that's really funny. The first name that my little random scroll through the name list came up with was Nanano, which is funny since his name was just Rororo, so we've just tweaked his name a little bit. But he is going to be okay on fishing, strength, cracking, collecting. We're getting pretty nice and generic on some of their abilities to gather up food. So let's have Sully come over here. She can gather up some of the mole meat. Oh, Sufim! He's just curled up around the nut that he was trying to chuck over to his sons to make sure they'd be healthy. Oh, my heart. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, let's see. No, Nanano. Keep your name, sir. And Nanano has A and B immunity. So yeah, I feel like Zoxy and Rada might want to think about going on a little bit of a wandering journey, because and Zoxy also has short-sighted eyes, so we're going to definitely give her better eyesight. Rada doesn't have to worry about that, so we'll think about, I feel like the pattern shape B is definitely what Rada would pass down, so I'm going to put down her personality as pattern shape B. All right, down here. And then I think they might start going wandering, looking for like a mate, or just looking for what else they can find in the world, because there's no male to really claim. No, I'm sorry, Eco. There's no male to really claim that nest. There we go. And Eco's splashing in the water. He's having a good time. He just is not somebody like that we want to breed. And we might have some males start working their way up and claiming the area. Dios, we'll have to see what we're gonna do with you. Lucas might accidentally... Lucas! Oh, he wasn't your father, but he was a cherished member of the tribe. Dracus, we'll scooch you down. Your sister can help out. Let's see. Renu. Oh, Renu has claw, and she's got digging, and she's got fishing from her claw. So, we might have her start moving around too. Yeah, I think we'll have some of our females start really wandering if there's not a male nearby. And our males may get a little eager. Okay, Jock knows he's got to feed some of his family members because he's had a lot of babies. But we'll get Rala pregnant, and she'll go ahead and use this nest because it's already constructed. All right. Oh, wow. Holy moly. Look at those markings. That is so cool. All right. Let's give you a really neat name, little one. I love these pattern types. They're just so fascinating. All right. Let's see. And we're going to go with male name Juki. There we go. So Juki, there we are. Oh, thank you guys so much. Without your hundreds of names from the comment section, I don't know if I'd have names for all of these little ones. There's just so many of them. We've had hundreds of nichelings. It's quite fascinating. All right. So then the question becomes, do I want to breed... Do I want to breed my friendly Bearynea with one of his daughters? Which would not be like the most appealing thing in the world, but I need to think about how we're going to get some of those traits. So home island immunity, so star and G, G and H, star and G. So Miriam could probably safely breed. Let's see, and Fifi has star and A. So I think A and H are the genes that the friendly Bearynea carries. So we'll say Miriam's a little bit more wild than her siblings, and we'll have her start scooching to chase her father. Fifi, meanwhile, has really high attack. I love that because of her claw. And I think that she might just start following her dad around a little bit. Mostly to look for different food sources. Like there's a bunch of the meat right there. So we'll have her sister come over and join her. There we go. And Beauty will come over, snag some of that, and Belle needs to go ahead and give birth to the baby she currently carries. There we go. And eventually we'll start getting more of these Bearynea traits really showing up in our tribe. I don't really see too much of it just yet, but we'll have to wait till the girls get a little bit bigger. Don't really see a lot of it in Fifi. And then we'll study it up. All right. Yay, it's raining. Ooh! I swear, Rella has the most amazing and interesting children. Wow! Look at this little guy. What are we going to name you, my little friend? Let's see. All right. Dusha. All right. Come here, little one. Hello. And he has got the digging ability. He's got cracking ability. He can catch fish. He can do medium claw. Like he's got claw, I, and B immunity. Ooh, I and B. I wonder if that would be good. Dang it. It's so hard. That B immunity is really throwing things off. All right, we have a whole bunch of little boys. I and B. I and B. So all of our males have I and B immunity. Well, you know, it is the Sickly Cliffs down here. And then down here it's A and B and star and A. So yeah, that B immunity is definitely going to throw us off no matter what we do. But I think we might start moving some of our males over here to claim this nest. I think that these two ladies are just very, very happy kind of with what they've found with all of these berries. So, you know, why move? And then we had another daughter. Is that normal? Are we supposed to just have a bazillion daughters from this guy? I don't have any more names left. I'm going to name her Janet. I'm just going to have to come up with kind of names that I think would fit in the Beauty and the Beast world. Because I don't have any boys and I have all these boy names, Lumiere and everything else from the series. That's really funny. All right, so where'd Dad go? Oh, he's getting another rabbit for the girls. That is so cool. Teaching them how to hunt. All right, let's see if we can maybe wiggle around. Now, Beauty is the one who'd follow him? Or was it Fifi? No, it was going to be Miriam. Miriam's probably the one who'd be safest to try to breed with him. Even though that's not very appealing, I know. I'm sorry, guys. All right, and then, I don't know, Fifi might actually fall in love with this tree. And then, let's see, Belle. Belle is in love with the beast himself. So we'll go ahead and have the little family stick together, except for Janet. I'm sorry, Janet. Your sister is like, you're born from like very fierce Bearynea tribe blood, so that you should be able to survive. There's no birds independently in your tiny nest all by yourself. I'm sorry, Janet. That may actually make her decide to go and return down here, and actually with her star and G immunity, that would be really good. But I wonder if Janet's going to feel abandoned and end up getting taken in by some of these groups instead. All right, so let's see what we're doing up here. Dios, we need to find you a lovely mate. Are there any females? I and B. Darn it. Everybody just has B immunity, so we're just going to have to accept that we're going to have some issues with the B immunity. And Dios, I need you to breed. I really love Tira, actually. So I feel like Dios and Tira, we may take a risk on breeding, even though they have the B, because they've got really beautiful patterns. I know that's kind of a shallow reason, but I'm going to say Tira just caught sight of Dios, and she's kind of young, but she's very curious about, oh, there's another nest, no way! Dios! Imagine all the mates he would be able to support if he could claim 2 nests. Oh my gosh, but I don't know, Lucas might have something to say about that. We'll send Lucas on over here. I don't know if a male would be able to, like, handle taking over 2 nests. That would be interesting. Alright, Dracos will help out over here. And then we'll destroy the old nest. Let's see. I don't know why I destroyed the old nest now that I think about it. But let's see. And Renu, a young female her age, is probably going to start wandering around the place. And let's see. Jacques will have his little son Juki scooch over. Yeah, that's a son. It's harder to tell when you can't see their manes as clearly as usual. And then Rala, oh no, this is Rala's final baby. Oh man, this is Rala's final baby. Alright, well, we'll have to do what we can. And Jock can't pick those berries, but he can gather up some new grasses. I think his reign as having a mate, a whole bunch of beautiful females as his, or like, well, at least one very, very beautiful female in Rala is about over. And let's see, we might have little Nanano come down here. Oh, Soku cannot... Interesting. He can gather up the berries, but he's not able to crack open the nuts. So I wonder if the 2 brothers may stay over here for just a bit. I feel like Soku and Janet couldn't breed. Miriam has other plans. Okay, no, come on. All right, Beauty. That's right. Soku and Beauty would be able to breed. I might move Soku up here because he can't do anything with these nuts, so he's not going to stick around here anyway. And you might be able to take over this spot, and might as well have him breed with some of our other females, even if it's a bit of a risk maybe, because then we will have the ability to pass on his poison fangs. So we'll have to see. We're just going to be adventurous about it, and I'll worry. Oh, that's so cool. Get the guy. Get him. Come on, Eco, you can get him. Eco's gonna come down here and like spend his days. Actually, I could see him being a very happy bachelor, spending his days wrestling with the fish down here. But yeah, we'll wait a little bit longer before we start determining like how to have the bunyas fight over a different territorial nest. Right now, we've just got to focus on kind of them eating. I think the females, if the nest wasn't free, would get really distracted by any available food source and just focus on gathering up food. And as soon as it runs out, they might start moving away from it. All right, let's see. And Janet is coming over. She might be taken under the wing by Radha and the others because she's still on her own. Oh, and then let's see. Can I get this fish? Come on, Eco, you can do it. Eco's going to be very busy trying to fish. And actually, the more he tries to fish, the closer we will hopefully get to unlocking. Let's see, not water body, but I'm pretty sure, is it web paw? I could have sworn there was something that unlocks with fishing. Is it fishing tail? Let's check. Yep, fishing. Oh, we've almost unlocked fishing tail. Wonderful. That would be very useful. Alright, and Belle is going to make a brand new nest, and actually she might be very happy with this spot. I mean, it's a beautiful cliff location. I think if you have bunya blood in you, then you can build your own nest, but it just doesn't, it's beginning to not occur. If you have Bearynea blood, I mean, you'd build your own nest, but it's beginning to not really occur to the bunya tribe to build their own nest. They might be losing that skill slowly but surely. Oh no! Kunu! Oh, your mother has passed away. Oh, I'm so sad. I really loved Rala so much. Oh my goodness. Alright, what are we going to name little Kunu? We are going to name him... Let's see. I think those are all female names. There's a lot of female names, and we could definitely use more male names now and then. Alright, Suro. There we go. So little Suro, and I love his tiny nose. Oh, and look at his ears. They're so cute. I love his ears. Those are adorable. Oh, they totally make up what is your pattern? Pattern shape D. I'm totally going to say that. I wonder if that's because he has a mask on. All right, we're definitely going to give him pattern shape D because I absolutely love how his little teeny ears have little spots inside of them. That's just adorable. All right, so what do we have going on over here? Oh yes, Tira has come of age. She can mate. I think Dios is a little bit surprised to bump into Lucas. And Lucas is actually stronger. They're pretty much matched, but Lucas has more strength. So we'll go ahead and say Dios will seed that nest. Oh, can we get it? Yes, all right. But that's okay because Tira can go ahead and pop into this nest. And now Dios has a mate of his very own. Hopefully their child will not be sickly. And Dios can settle over here and teach Tira about his mother, who wandered all the way over here, was one of the original twins that Mama Banya had so long ago, and about his original dreams of learning how to fish, but then settling down once he found his nest, and just his life took a different turn. But who knows what might happen for their children. All right, and Lucas, we'll go ahead and have Lucas claim this area. And we'll see if he can attract a lovely mate. And I think that Jock might be a little bit confused about what to do now. We'll have him kind of claw at the ground in confusion because he's got all of these sons who are probably going to compete with him for his nest at some point. And he might be thinking about retiring. We'll have to see. And meanwhile, Renu needs to find some way to feed herself. And she can fish, and she can dig, and she can hunt. So there we go. We'll have her go around looking for food. I think the females are becoming much more migratory when they need to find some food. And let's see, little Dusha can actually fish, crack things open. Is there a tree nearby? You know what, maybe he has the spirit of an adventurer and he's gonna head out for that tree in the distance there. Why not? And Thrakis can actually do a lot of collecting, so he might start collecting from these bushes. Juku also cannot do any collecting, so I don't know if he would stay in a nearby area where there's males who could collect. So I wonder, Juku, he's really cool actually. You know what, I feel like he might wander this way. I'm not sure. Everybody's just kind of, oh, there we go. He's going to get that food, that's for sure. Everybody's just kind of moving around now. And I think Soku is going to start kind of wandering over here and maybe claiming this cliffside. And then his brother can clear that up and scooch. Where am I going to scooch? No. Oh, because he's short-sighted. Oh, that's going to make things a little tricky. But he can stay up here and learn how to crack open nuts from his mother. There we go. All right, and clearing away some of the grasses so we can see. And I think little Janet really is about to be taken under the wing by Zoxy and Radha. And Janet, can we breed you? Oh, that island immunity might be kind of dangerous. All right, we'll figure it out. We're going to have to figure out how we're going to start breeding everyone. But for now, we're still following the beast as he roams across the land. And thus far, he doesn't seem as fearful as we once thought. So we're going to have to see, now that his daughters are actually getting older, if we might be able to breed up a creature that has more of the Bearynea traits. And I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.